Welcome back to Making the Madness on YouTube. We have the game of the weekend. It is Michigan at Ohio State. Uh, Big time football rivalry has turned into a bigger time basketball rivalry. These are the two best teams in the Big Ten right now. The selection committee did their top 16 reveal. This was the number three team. Michigan was. Ohio State was the number four team in that. They're number three and number four in the AP poll. The obviously Gonzaga and Baylor are the two top teams in the sport, but after those two, these are the next best two teams at the moment. It's certainly going to be a big game here. Potential one seed implications on the line for I think both teams, and it should be a fantastic game. Uh, Both these teams playing really well. Ohio State's on a hot streak, and Michigan, yes, they did have a COVID pause, but they've not lost since January 16th, so it should be a fantastic game.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at these two teams, Michigan is fantastic. They have one loss this season. It came to Minnesota on the road. Nobody wins in the barn, so that's a scheduled loss. But I like this Michigan team a lot with everything they have. They were able to come back against Wisconsin last week in a game that looked completely out of their hands for a minute there, but they were able to have a really strong second half. Hunter Dickinson was a man out there. He got every rebound possible. And Franz Wagner was a huge impact. He's an elite defender, one of the best defenders in the country. He can defend 1 through 5. He can score. He's really athletic. He's long. He can shoot the three. There's a lot to like with Wagner. And then you have the guards, Eli Brooks and Mike Smith, both really talented players. And Isaiah Livers, one of the more underappreciated players in college basketball. He is a sharp shooter, and that's what he's been throughout his career. And he's been overshadowed by a lot of guys. Earlier in his career was Jordan Poole and Mo Wagner and Abdur Rahman. But now, and Xavier Simpson most recently, and John Teskey. But now he's overshadowed by Hunter Dickinson and Franz Wagner, and this was supposed to be his team. He's just always fallen under the radar. And Isaiah Livers is going to show why he's one of the more underappreciated players in college basketball in this game. I think he's going to have a huge night. I think that Franz Wagner is going to have a big game. But the big key matchup for this one is EJ Liddell against Hunter Dickinson. There's a huge size advantage there. Liddell's only about 6'7", but he has close to a 7-foot wingspan. And Hunter Dickinson is all of 7'2". He is a large human being. Whichever player wins that matchup between Liddell and Dickinson will likely emerge as the winner in this one.
Yeah, that for Ohio State, they're kind of an undersized team. They don't really have a ton of length to match Hunter Dickinson inside, but they also kind of are able to make up for that by at times running a lineup with 5 shooters on the court. This is an elite offensive team. They have elite shooting. Dwayne Washington, Justin Arns, both those players have really been elite shooters this year. EJ Liddell has taken a huge step forward. He's kind of an undersized, small ball 4-man. He can obviously score with the best of them. He can also step out, pop out, and hit a 3. So he's a really good player. Justin Sewing has really kind of, the Cal transfer, stepped in and been a huge piece to this team. Ohio State's one of the better offensive teams in the sport. You have Michigan, who I think prides itself on its defense. Ohio State certainly prides itself on its offense. They can defend, but they're an offensive first team. I'm leaning in this game towards Ohio State. Especially, I think they'll probably be getting points. The Haslametrics projection did have Michigan favored by 3, so I like Ohio State in this one. I think Michigan. I think this is kind of their first really, really tough road game since coming back from the COVID pause. I know they played at Wisconsin. I think this is a different level of game. Give me Ohio State to win at home.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to go with Michigan here. I just trust this team. They are really good. They play both ends of the floor at a really high level, something Ohio State does not do. Give me the Wolverines to win on the road.
All right. Split vote here on who will win that game. It should be a fantastic one. I think Bill Raftery will be on the call.
Oh, yeah. Is it?
It
Wait,
might
it's on
be
CBS. Might be Gus
it,
Johnson, baby. Oh boy.
it is on CBS, so Gus Johnson
Oh.
will not be there. I would probably tend to say
Oh
it
right,
will
it is
be
on CBS.
Ian
Gus Johnson
Eagle.
won't be there.
Ian Eagle, I think, probably will be the guy. If not, Kevin
Forget
Harlan.
Forgot that Gus Johnson's worked for Fox for like the last decade. Kind of forgot that for a moment there. That was not great. But I'll take Ian Eagle. Kevin Harlan, can't go wrong with either of them. Don't give us like what's his name, Tim McCarthy, Tom McCarthy. I could live without that.
It'll be Raft. It'll be either one of Harlan or Eagle. It might be Harlan because
Maybe Spiro Ditas. Don't sleep on my boy Spiro. He can use those vocal cords pretty well.
Spiro might be on the other game. I'm sure they have another game.
Spiro has some good vocal cords.
Yes. And Jim Nance will be on golf. So no
Oh
Jim Nance for this one.
man, see you in March, Jim.
See you in March. Uh, make sure to subscribe to Making the Madness on YouTube for more commentary, whether it is the Jim Nance, Bill Raftery, uh, Iron Eagle breakdowns. Whether you're here for the basketball content, it's all good and fun. So make sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and we will be back.